My precious son, I am speaking to you today because I want to remind you of something important, something that you must hold close in your heart no matter what life throws your way. You are strong because you are mine. Your strength does not come from what you do, how much you achieve, or how others see you. It comes from the simple, powerful truth that I created you, I love you, and I have poured my strength into you. You don't have to try to prove your strength to the world. You don't have to constantly strive, struggle, or exhaust yourself to show that you're capable. Your strength is not about performance, it's about trust. It's about knowing that, even when you feel weak or inadequate, I am with you, and my strength will carry you. As long as you rely on me, you will always have more than enough strength to overcome whatever comes your way. You see, life can be hard, and I know the challenges you're facing even now. The pressures, the doubts, the responsibilities, they can weigh heavily on your heart. But I want you to remember that you are not meant to carry those burdens on your own. I have never asked you to do that. In fact, I've asked you to do the opposite. Cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. Psalm chapter 55 verse 22. I will hold you up. I will be the strength that keeps you standing when the load feels too heavy. Strength is not just in the victory, it's in the endurance. It's in the decision to keep going, even when you don't see the way forward, even when you feel like giving up. Every time you rise after you fall, every time you choose to hope when it would be easier to despair, every time you trust me even when you can't understand the situation, you are walking in a strength that comes directly from me. I have called you to be courageous. Not because you will never face fear, but because I have given you the courage to stand in the face of fear. Remember my words to Joshua. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua chapter 1 verse 9. I am with you, my son, every step of the way. You have nothing to fear, because I have already gone ahead of you. I have prepared the path. Even when it looks uncertain to you, I know the way, and I will guide you through it. I know that sometimes you feel tired, that life can wear you down. You may feel like you've given all you have, like you're running on empty. But it's in these moments that I want to fill you up. When you are at your weakest, that is when my strength is the most evident in your life. As the Apostle Paul said, "For when I am weak, then I am strong." 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 10. Your weakness is not a hindrance, it's an invitation for my power to work more fully in you. Don't be discouraged by your limitations. They are not there to defeat you, but to remind you to lean on me. You are not expected to have all the answers, to be able to handle everything on your own. I am your source. I am the one who strengthens you, who gives you wisdom, who lifts you up when you feel like you can't go on. Come to me when you're weary, and I will give you rest. Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. Rest is not weakness, it is renewal. It is in those quiet moments with me that your soul is refreshed, your mind is cleared, and your spirit is strengthened for the journey ahead. The world may tell you that strength looks like independence, like standing alone and never asking for help. But I am telling you the opposite. True strength is found in dependence on me. It's found in knowing that you don't have to do it all on your own. You were never meant to. I created you to be in relationship with me, to walk with me through every season of life, relying on my strength, my wisdom, and my love to guide you. Remember, my son, that I have already equipped you for every challenge you will face. Nothing catches me by surprise. I have placed within you gifts, talents, and abilities that you have yet to fully discover. And with every challenge you face, I am refining you, shaping you, and preparing you for greater things. Don't be afraid of the obstacles in your path. They are opportunities for you to grow, to learn, and to become the person I created you to be. You are stronger than you know, not because of anything in yourself, but because of who you are in me. I will never leave you. I will never abandon you. Even in your darkest moments, I am there, working behind the scenes, orchestrating things for your good. You may not always see my hand at work, but I promise you, I am always moving, always fighting for you, always leading you toward the fulfillment of the purpose I have placed on your life. So, when you feel overwhelmed, come to me. When you feel weak, rest in me. When you feel unsure, trust in me. I am the rock on which you stand. You will not be shaken. No matter what life brings, no matter how hard the winds blow, you are anchored in me, and I will keep you steady. I know the plans I have for you, my son. They are good plans. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. You are destined for great things, not because of anything you've done, but because I have called you, and I am faithful to complete the work I've begun in you. Philippians chapter 1 verse 6. You may not see it now, but the strength I am building in you today is preparing you for the victories of tomorrow. Remember, I am your strength, and with me, there is nothing you cannot overcome. Stand tall, my son, for I am with you always. My beloved son, once again, I am here to remind you of the immense power that I have placed within you, power that is not dependent on circumstances, emotions, or the opinions of others. I know there are times when life feels overwhelming, when the weight of everything seems too much to bear. But in those very moments, I want you to remember this truth. I am your strength. I am the one who sustains you, lifts you up, and empowers you to rise above every challenge. Life is full of battles, some that are seen and others that are fought within the quiet places of your heart. There are struggles you face that no one else may know about, burdens that you carry in silence. But let me assure you, my son, that I see it all. I see every challenge, every tear, every doubt, and every fear. And I am telling you that you do not face these battles alone. I am with you, fighting for you, strengthening you, and making a way where there seems to be no way. You may not always feel strong. There will be times when you feel weak, tired, or unsure of the path ahead. And that's okay. Strength isn't about never feeling weak. It's about trusting me even when you do. When your own strength runs out, that's when my strength takes over. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9. Your weakness is not a flaw, it is a doorway to experience my power in a deeper way. The world often measures strength by outward appearances, by success, power, and achievements. But I see things differently. I measure strength by the heart. I see the strength it takes to keep going when everything in you wants to give up. I see the strength it takes to remain kind when the world around you is harsh. I see the strength it takes to keep believing, even when circumstances tell you otherwise. These are the moments that define true strength, strength that comes from a heart anchored in me. Do not be discouraged by the difficulties you face. Every trial you encounter is an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to lean more fully on me, and to discover the depth of the strength I have placed within you. Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. James chapter 1 verses 2 to 3. The perseverance that is being built within you is preparing you for greater things. Things you cannot yet see but that I have already prepared for you. There is no storm too fierce, no valley too deep, and no mountain too high that can separate you from my love or the strength I have given you. When you feel like you're standing at the edge of a challenge that seems impossible, remember that I am the God of the impossible. What looks insurmountable to you is nothing for me. With man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. Matthew chapter 19 verse 26. Lean into me, and watch how I turn obstacles into opportunities and struggles into triumphs. You are stronger than you know because my Spirit lives within you. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead is alive in you. Romans chapter 8 verse 11. You carry resurrection power within you. This means that no matter what you face, no matter how dark things may seem, there is always hope. There is always the possibility for new life, for transformation, and for victory. You are never defeated as long as you have me. Even when you stumble, even when you fall, I am here to lift you up, to set you back on your feet, and to remind you that the story is not over. You may feel the pressure to have everything figured out, to be strong for everyone around you, to always have the answers. But let me release you from that burden. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to be perfect. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for your trust. Trust that I am in control. Trust that I know the way forward, even when you don't. Trust that my plans for you are good, to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. In moments of confusion, when the way seems unclear, I will be your guide. I will light your path, step by step. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Psalm chapter 119 verse 105. You don't need to see the entire journey all at once. You just need to take the next step in faith. I will guide you, not by the wisdom of the world but by the wisdom that comes from my spirit. Be still and listen to my voice. I will speak to you, leading you in the way you should go. There will be times when fear tries to creep in, when doubts about your abilities or the future start to take root in your mind. When that happens, I want you to remember this. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. Fear is not from me. It is a tool of the enemy, meant to keep you from walking in the fullness of what I have for you. But my perfect love drives out all fear. 1 John chapter 4 verse 18. Rest in my love, and let it fill you with the confidence to face anything that comes your way. Do not underestimate the power of prayer, my son. Prayer is not just something you do when you need help. It is your lifeline, your direct connection to me. When you pray, you are tapping into the unlimited resources of heaven. There is nothing too small or too big to bring to me in prayer. When you are unsure, when you are afraid, when you are weary, come to me. I am always listening, always ready to provide the strength, wisdom, and peace that you need. You may not always see the results of your prayers immediately, but know this, your prayers are powerful. They move mountains, they change things, and sometimes the most important change is the one that happens within you. Prayer strengthens your spirit, aligns your heart with mine, and gives you the endurance to keep going when life gets tough. You are not just any son, you are my son. You are a child of the King. And because of that, you carry my authority, my power, and my strength wherever you go. You are more than a conqueror through me. Romans chapter 8 verse 37. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah chapter 54 verse 17. I have already secured the victory, and I am calling you to walk in it. So stand tall, my son. You are stronger than you know, not because of your own might, but because of the strength I have placed within you. You are never alone, never forsaken, and never without the power you need to face any challenge. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Matthew chapter 28 verse 20. My dear son, as I look upon you today, I see everything I have created you to be. I see your potential, your strength, your heart, and all that you are capable of achieving through me. You are so much stronger than you realize. You are a reflection of my image, and I have breathed life into you with purpose, intention, and strength that comes from my very being. Today, I want you to grasp this truth more deeply than ever before. You are never alone, and you are never without my strength. I know that life can feel heavy at times. There are moments when it seems like the world is pressing down on you from all sides, and you wonder how much more you can take. But, my son, I see you. I see the burdens you carry, the battles you fight in silence, and the struggles that weigh on your heart. I want you to remember that you don't have to carry these burdens by yourself. I never intended for you to fight alone. I am here, right beside you, offering my strength to you in every situation. Do not be afraid to lean on me. There is no shame in admitting that you need help. In fact, it is in those moments of humility, when you come to me and acknowledge your need, that my strength can work most powerfully in your life. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to be perfect or always know the way forward. That's my job. My job is to lead you, to guide you, and to strengthen you when you feel weak. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9. Let this be a truth that settles deep within your soul. Your weaknesses, your imperfections, and your limitations are not barriers to what I can do in your life. They are opportunities for me to show you just how great my power is. When you come to the end of your own strength, that is when you will find the fullness of mind. I know there are times when you feel overwhelmed, when the challenges ahead seem insurmountable. But I want to remind you today, as I have reminded you many times before, nothing is impossible for me. There is no challenge too great, no obstacle too high, and no situation too difficult for me to overcome. With man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. Matthew chapter 19 verse 26. You may not see the way through, but I do. Trust me to guide you. Trust me to part the seas before you and to make a way where there seems to be no way. Strength is not always about power or force. Sometimes, strength is about endurance. It's about the quiet determination to keep going when everything in you wants to stop. It's about holding on to faith when circumstances seem to offer none. This endurance, this resilience, is a strength that I am cultivating in you. Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Galatians chapter 6 verse 9. Keep pressing forward, my son. I am with you, and you will see the fruit of your perseverance in time. Even in the quiet moments when you feel unnoticed or overlooked, I see you. I know your heart. I know the sacrifices you've made, the prayers you've prayed, and the times you've chosen to trust me, even when it was difficult. None of it has been in vain. You are sowing seeds of faith, and they will bear fruit in due season. Do not grow weary. Your strength is found in your trust in me, and I will never fail you. When fear tries to creep in and whisper lies about who you are or what you're capable of, I want you to remember this. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. Fear is not your inheritance. You are a child of the King, and as such, you are filled with my power. You are strong, not because of anything you have done, but because I live within you. My spirit resides in you, giving you the power to overcome every fear, every doubt, and every challenge that comes your way. You are not defined by your past failures. You are not limited by your weaknesses or mistakes. I have made you new. If anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has gone, the new is here. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 17. Your identity is not in your shortcomings, it is in me. You are loved, you are chosen, and you are called to walk in the fullness of the strength I have given you. Do not let your past define your future. Your future is filled with hope, and it is secured in me. There is a peace that comes from trusting me, a peace that surpasses all understanding. Philippians chapter 4 verse 7. This peace is not dependent on your circumstances. It is a gift I give you, and it is your anchor in the storms of life. Let my peace guard your heart and mind. When you feel anxious or afraid, come to me. Bring your worries, your doubts, and your fears, and I will give you rest. I will fill you with my peace, and in that peace, you will find renewed strength to face whatever lies ahead. My son, I want you to know that you are never alone. Not for a single moment have I left your side. Even when you cannot feel my presence, I am with you, working in ways that you may not yet see or understand. I am always with you, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 6. You can walk confidently through life, knowing that my presence surrounds you, that my hand is upon you, and that I am guiding your every step. There is great power in surrender. Surrender to me, my son. Surrender your worries, your plans, your fears, and your future into my hands. When you let go of trying to control everything, you open yourself up to receiving the fullness of what I have for you. And what I have for you is far greater than anything you could imagine or plan for yourself. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8. Trust my plan for your life. It is good, and it is filled with hope and purpose. Lastly, I want to remind you of this simple but profound truth. I love you. I have loved you from the beginning, and I will love you for all eternity. There is nothing you can do that will change my love for you. My love is constant, unchanging, and unconditional. It is from this place of love that your strength flows. When you are rooted in my love, you are unshakable. No matter what comes your way, you can stand firm, knowing that you are held in my love, and that my love will carry you through every trial. You are strong, my son, not because of anything the world can see, but because of the strength I have placed within you. You are my beloved, and I am with you always. Walk in this truth, live from this strength, and know that with me, you can face anything. My dear son, today, I want to speak to your heart in a way that cuts through the noise of this world, through the distractions and the struggles that sometimes cloud your vision. You are strong, not because of anything you can accomplish on your own, but because I am the source of your strength. The strength you need for every challenge, for every season, and for every day comes directly from me. It is a well that will never run dry as long as you draw from it. I know that life can sometimes feel overwhelming. The weight of your responsibilities, the uncertainties of the future, and the pressures of the present can build up and make you feel like you're standing on shifting ground. But I want you to know this, my son, I am your rock. I am the solid foundation beneath your feet, the unshakable one on whom you can stand no matter what storms come your way. The Lord is my rock, my fortress and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge. Psalm chapter 18 verse 2. You can rest in me. When the world demands more of you than you feel able to give, when it tells you that you have to be stronger, faster, better, and more perfect, remember this truth. Your worth is not in what you do, it is in who you are. And who you are is my beloved son. Nothing you do, no achievement, no mistake, no success, and no failure can ever change that. I loved you before you took your first breath, and I will love you for all eternity. My love for you is unconditional, and it is from that love that you will find the strength to face anything. There will be moments in your life when you feel like you're running out of energy, when your strength seems depleted, and you don't know if you have what it takes to keep going. In those moments, I want you to remember this. I am the one who renews your strength. Just as the eagle soars high above, gliding on the wind with effortless grace, I will lift you up and carry you through the most difficult times. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31. Your strength comes from trusting me. It's not about trying harder or pushing yourself to the limit. It's about coming to me and resting in my presence, knowing that I am the one who fights for you, the one who carries your burdens, and the one who gives you the wisdom, courage, and endurance you need. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. When you rest in me, I restore you. I fill you with a peace that surpasses all understanding, and I give you the strength to rise again, renewed and ready for whatever lies ahead. My son, there is nothing you will face that I haven't already overcome. The battles you fight have already been won through me. There is no challenge too great, no enemy too strong, no situation too hopeless, because I am the God of the impossible. What looks like defeat to the world is simply an opportunity for me to show my power in your life. Do not be afraid or discouraged because of this vast army. For the battle is not yours, but God's. 2 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 15. I am your defender, and when you stand in my strength, nothing can stand against you. I have called you to be courageous. This courage doesn't come from a place of arrogance or pride, but from the quiet confidence that I am with you. Every step you take, every decision you make, every challenge you face, I am there. You are never alone. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua chapter 1 verse 9. Let my presence be your source of strength and courage. When you feel uncertain, when you don't know the way forward, remember that I am guiding you, step by step. Trust me, even when the path is unclear. It's okay to feel weak sometimes. It's okay to not have all the answers. That's why I am here. In fact, it's in your moments of weakness that my strength shines the brightest. When you are humble enough to acknowledge that you can't do it on your own, that's when my power can work most fully in your life. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9. Don't be afraid of your limitations. They are opportunities for me to show you what I can do through you. Strength is not always about standing tall. Sometimes it's about kneeling down in surrender. Surrender is not a sign of defeat, it's a sign of trust. When you surrender your plans, your worries, your fears, and your desires to me, you are acknowledging that I am in control. And when I am in control, everything falls into place according to my perfect plan. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 to 6. Trust me with your life, my son, and I will lead you in ways that you cannot even imagine. You are never without hope. Even in the darkest moments, when it feels like the weight of the world is pressing down on you, there is always hope because I am with you. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. Hebrews chapter 6 verse 19. My hope is your anchor, steadying you through the storms of life. When you feel like you're sinking, reach out to me, and I will lift you up. You will not be overwhelmed. I will never let you go. You may not see it now, but I am working in ways that you cannot understand. I am weaving together a story in your life that is far greater than anything you could write on your own. Trust the process. Trust that I am using every trial, every challenge, and every setback to shape you into the person I created you to be. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans chapter 8 verse 28. Nothing is wasted in my hands, and I will use everything for your good and for my glory.